Hey, what's going on guys, WookieTV1 here, and in today's video I'm doing a gun review of the Marshal 16, or commonly referred to as the Marshal or Harry Marshal, or whatever you want to call it really. We're going to do a quick gun review talking about the pros and cons of this weapon, talking about the best class setup of this weapon, and talk about how I feel about this weapon, whether it's a good weapon, whether it's the best secondary weapon in Black Ops 3, and how it, compares to previous one-shot weapons. So first off I want to talk about is the differences between the Marshal 16 and the RW1, because people kind of think that basically the Marshal 16 is a Black Ops 3 version of the RW1. However, there's one main difference really between these, and that is the RW1 is a pocket sniper and the Marshal 16 is a pocket shotgun. As of course they both reload after one shot, and they both have one shot kill potentials. One big difference is with the RW1 you have to hit someone in the head or like the neck or maybe the upper chest, while with the Marshal 16 you can absolutely hit them anywhere, and it only depends on range, how far you away from the guy. With the RW1 you can snipe from across the map. As long as you get him in the head, it's totally fine. So that of course is the big differences between these two weapons. So now we're going to talk about the pros and cons. So first off, a big pro of this weapon is the one-shot kill potential. Now I thought with this Marshal 16 when it came out, the one-shot kill would be kind of small and be very inaccurate, kind of similar to similar accuracy to the RW1. However, I was totally wrong with that. This gun is an absolute monster up close. One-on-one gunfights, you can't get much better than the Marshal 16 of course compared to other shotguns and that, but we won't include those. But SMGs, it outguns them. Even people with combat knives, so like iron gyms or whatever, it absolutely destroys people like that. So the one-shot kill radius, big thanks to students here for testing the one-shot kill with me, but it's very similar to the KRM, and with long barrel and dual wield they kind of do make some slight differences between them, but it's very good one-shot kill potential for a secondary weapon. Is one of the big benefits of this weapon. Another big pro I want to talk about is the accuracy of this weapon. Now I thought this would be kind of similar to the RW1 with loads of idle spare and load of recoil, but it's really not like that. It's kind of similar to pistol recoil with very low and unnoticeable recoil, and the recoil doesn't really matter because by the time you reload the recoil is already centered and it's already fine and already fine. But no idle spray really, it's not too much, and it's honestly a very accurate weapon, and it's very unlikely that you'd miss your shots, and you don't need to run optics or anything like that like the RW1. It was absolutely great, and this gun is seriously accurate for what it is, and I absolutely love it for that. And one of the big pros of that weapon is obviously gives you more one-shot kills, and you're less likely to miss those obviously those critical shots, so that is great. So now we're going to talk about the cons. So one big con of this weapon, as you guys know, you have to reload every single shot. It does say two bullets in the magazine, however it shoots two at the same time, so it's basically just one. I don't really know why they put two there. And you can have a total of 7 kills if you don't run scavenger, which is kind of weak. If you want to run this obviously by itself, to talk about this in the class setup, but you're gonna need to have scavengers. So what ammo you get is not much, and you have to reload it every time you shoot, which of course is a big downfall. If of course you do miss that first shot, or you find out you're not in the right range for that one-shot kill potential, it can get yourself killed, and it happens to me loads of times in these gameplays. Of course these gameplays aren't top class because I'm really not that good with shotguns or pistols or anything like that, so I'm really sorry about that guys. But again, that is a really big downfall of this weapon. And of course again, besides that, there's really no other cons. Of course there's not much ammo in it, and that's the pros and cons for you guys. Now we're going to quickly go on to the best class setup. So we've got 2 class setups for you guys, and there's so many combinations you can do with the Marshal 16. It's absolutely great. So first I'm going to talk about a pistol only class setup where you're just going to use the Marshal 16, nothing else. So what I recommend, of course, secondary gunfire and scavenger are absolutely necessary, and of course if you want to run perk 3 as gun hold, that really does help out when you're reloading, so you can run away from enemies. That is super helpful. So what I recommend with of course if you're using it by yourself, I actually don't recommend dual wield, and here's why. So dual wield actually reduces the one-shot kill potential, meaning you just have to, most times you have to shoot both bullets to actually get the 2-shot kill, and that leads you to reloading, and reload does take a lot longer on dual wield, and there's no fast mags available for that. So I really don't recommend dual wield. Obviously if you're using it as a secondary, it does actually help out quite a lot, but running it by yourself, dual wield, really not that good of a choice. So what I do recommend though is fast mags. You guys know why I recommend fast mags, and of course laser sight really does help with that fire accuracy, and means you don't have to aim as often, and it really just tightens up the pellet spread, which is really critical in this on this pistol. So really recommend those 2 attachments. Of course there's some other ways you can go fast mags, long barrel, that really does help out, but long barrel is mainly a placebo for the shotgun. It's not too great, so would recommend it as much. I do think fast mags and laser is the best way to go, but again, it's all up to you guys. just put fast mags on it. You definitely need fast mags in this gameplay. I don't really put fast mags on it because I don't unlock it till late, and when I do, I just don't get the right gameplay for it, so would not recommend anything like that. However, if you're using it as a secondary like most normal people would do, I would recommend just putting either fast mags on or dual wield. Don't put secondary gunfire because of course you want to save that for your perks or your primary gunfire or frag grenades or whatever you want to use, so just put one attachment on it, and that's either fast mags or dual wield. Dual wield really does help out if you're using it as a backup because of course 2 bullets is always better than 1, guys, and it really does help out because if you're going to pull out these Marshal 16s, you're going to be at super close range, so dual wield is very, very deadly if you're using it as a secondary weapon. Fast mags, you guys know why fast mags is so important as a secondary. But yeah, guys, that's kind of the best classes. Of course, you can go whatever secondary, whatever primary, whatever perks you want. Again, just remember to put gun hole and scavenger on, and maybe flat jacket. Of course, I always put flat jacket on Black Ops 3, but that's it for class setup, guys, and I'm going to talk about my overall opinion of this weapon, and I honestly do think this is one of the best, if not the best, secondary weapon in Black Ops 3, which is kind of sucks because it is locked in supply drops, and that's one of the biggest downfall. You guys don't get to enjoy it, and if you do, obviously tell me in the comment section down below how you're feeling about this weapon, but you guys don't get to enjoy how fun the Marshal 16 is to play, and that really sucks. I mean, at least put it as a DLC 1 weapon or something like that, but of course, it's Treyarch and it's Activision, they of course won't do that, but again, that's really sad that it's in supply drops, but again, when you do get it, it's one of the best pistols, and it's one of the pistols you can run by itself and do really, really well with if, of course, you do have Scavenger, because in this gameplay, I haven't actually unlocked Scavenger yet, and I do pay for it. I have to, obviously, find another weapon, which is really horrible, but again, guys, is a great weapon, one of the best secondary weapons, and does actually compete with most shotguns that a similar way to the KRM, which is kind of crazy for a secondary, and is one I would really recommend it on almost everyone's classes if of course you do have it. That's about it for the video, guys. If you did enjoy it, you could hit that like button, that would be greatly appreciated, and as always, thanks for watching.